Hi there, Scorpio ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I certainly appreciate both your viewership as well as your subscriptions, okay? So Scorpios, what I'd like to do for you today is to give you a shadow reading. And some of you might be asking, what is a shadow reading? Okay? Well, put simply, your shadow, ladies and gentlemen, is your evil twin. It's an anomaly. It's the other. And for those of you who are familiar with the terminology as used in literature, it's your doppelganger. Okay? Understand, ladies and gentlemen, that the shadow has been with us for centuries. In fact, even Shakespeare once said, out, brief candles. Life is but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hours upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and theory. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I've decided to use the Macabre Tarot in order to convey your messages here. Understand that awareness is key with this reading, and what we're trying to do is to give you insight or provide you insight about your pain and the various other negative qualities that you possess that you might want to rid yourself. Now, there is no validity or expiration period. Okay, so it certainly gives you time with which to work with these energies, and you can certainly look at the readings as often as you wish. If this reading resonates, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share it with others to whom you think may benefit, and be sure to press that subscription button, okay? As a disclaimer, understand that this is a general reading, so as such, it certainly will not and may not resonate with each and every one of you out there. But for those for whom this reading is meant, I certainly hope that it offers you the valuable insight, Scorpios, that I feel many of you need. Okay? So I have the cards here, so I'm going to go on and just shuffle up, and I'm going to start off by just sharing with you, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm seeing as the prevailing energy or overarching theme surrounding your reading. Okay? And then we're going to go on and just ask a few additional specific questions to give you more insight into your situation here. All right, so let's see what we have. Let's go on and just dive right on deeply into this reading, okay? Let me ruffle up one more time here so we can get a thorough blending of these cards, hopefully, okay? All right, so let's start off with share with you what I'm seeing as the overarching theme. I'm going to select few cards from the bottom of the deck, and then we're going to move forward. All right, we have the Seven of Cups, okay. The next card we have, ladies and gentlemen, is the Haunting of Crystals. So now, why don't we just go on and just kind of gain insight into what these cards are trying to tell you here. We're going to start off first with the Haunting, ladies and gentlemen, of Crystals. Okay? And so with that card, I feel that there's a lot of self-indulgence going on that I feel. It either could be with food or it could be with alcohol, drugs, pills. And these, of course, are negative qualities. Or simply that you're not being supportive, giving, nurturing, or just simply being materialistic and unreliable. Ladies and gentlemen, by no means is this reading intended to um, offend you. It's just intended to show you these negative qualities that tend to surface time and time again. And once you understand what they are, you could release them. I'm seeing a lot of stubbornness going on. Spirit is showing me that at times you could be very controlling. And even I'm seeing here that a lot of you don't even like your body structure or your physique. Okay. Let's move right on over here to the card to your right here. We have the Seven of Cups there. So we're having that card. It looks like you guys you do a lot of wishful thinking, or perhaps you have this Peter Pan complex, or you just simply are unrealistic when it comes to matters. I'm also seeing a lot of indecisiveness and an inability to see when things are really too good to be true here, okay? Because when they are, you need to see that, and usually they aren't true. Or just simply, Scorpio, letting your imagination wreak havoc on you. You follow, Scorpio? If this reading is resonating, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share it with others to whom you think might benefit, and be sure to press that subscription button, okay? So now let's just take a peek more at your pain here and see what Spirit has to say in regards to that. We have the Moon. And with having the Moon there, that shows that you're being your own worst enemy in matters. I'm seeing a lot of self-deception and just simply not following your intuition. I'm seeing a lot of confusion, doubt, even depression, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's help you gain insight into what will help you heal, or into the things that might help you heal. Some of you may have already contemplated these things and might already be doing it, or you may be doing it, or might be doing it later on in the future here. But this card gives you the awareness that you need. We have the Terror of Daggers. The Terror of Daggers here. So with having that card there, ladies and gentlemen, some of you might, I'm kind of getting, some of you might need some type of medical assistance here. Even you might need, some of you might even need legal assistance or surgery. Spirit wants you to stop gossiping and using manipulation tactics in order to get what you want. Okay? Scorpio, let's take a peek at that which is hidden from view, or what seems to be surfacing in or blocking you. We have the Seven of Daggers. So with this card, I'm seeing a lot of paranoia, or just misguided. You're just being misguided due to your belief systems. Or you're just being dishonest, or using deception to manipulate others here, or just being a bit too controlling. All right? So Spirit, or Scorpios, what we need to see now is what's needed for healing. Let's look at the turning point for you. Let's select the card here. We have Hunting of Daggers. And with having that card, Spirit wants you really to release negative thinking. Perhaps some of you might need to go to a grief counselor or to a healer. It's time to stop feeling this self-pity that you've been feeling and beating yourself up. So much so that it's making you and causing depression. So with that said, Scorpio, this is your reading. I certainly hope that this reading has offered food for thought. Be sure to like and share, subscribe if you've yet to subscribe, and should any of you wishes to have a more personalized reading, you can certainly scoot right over to my website. Thanks so much for your time. Have a blessed day.